Hello everyone, welcome to 1045 Engineering. Today we are here with yet another video in our Grind 75, a Better Blind 75 coding series. We have reached a milestone of 25 problem statements out of 75. Today's problem is on maximum subarray, so we have to find the largest sum possible in an array. Okay, let's jump to the problem and start solving. So last time we have solved the contains duplicate, and with this we mark the completion of all the easy problems there are in the grind 75 list. One by one, if you go, all the easy problems have already been covered, and we are starting with our first medium level problem. So moving on in the series, our next set of problem statements would be a bit difficult than the earlier ones, but we are going to cover them all and practice for the interviews. Okay, let's start solving for maximum subarray. Okay, given an integer array nums, find the subarray with the largest sum and return its sum. Okay, so we only have to return the sum. We do not have to return what is the largest array. We have to find out what is the sum of the largest array possible. Okay, let's understand it from the example. -2, 1, -3, 4, -1, 2, 1, -5, 4. Okay, so we can see that the maximum subarray, okay, maximum subarray is going to be, you can contiguous non-empty sequence of elements. Okay, so let's say if I take -2, 1, that is one subarray, -2, 1. Similarly, 1, -3, 4 is one subarray. So any number of contiguous elements in a subarray, in an array, can be termed as subarray. Okay, so maximum sum can be found. Let's say if I add -2 to 1, it will be -1. So why add this -2, right? Why not start from 1? So I have 1. Then I add -3, it becomes -2. So why add this 1 also? Let's start from 4. If I add 4 minus 1, it will be 3. 3 plus 2, it will be 5 plus 1, 6 minus 5, 1. And then so before after -5 the sum is becoming 1. Before -5 we were at the sum equal to 6, right here. So we can skip -5. But if I take -5 and let's say I had some number after -5 as 6, our overall sum could have reached 7. But now we are at 5. Sorry, we are at 4 minus 1 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6 minus 5 1 plus 4 5, right? So it depends on us. We have to find out which subarray is going to contain the largest sum. So as per this solution, the solution 4 minus 1 2 1, this contains the largest sum. Okay, but let's understand it like this. Okay, let's understand it like this. Even before we solve an array, let's take the same example. We'll take the same example. So this is our given array, let's say. Okay, I'll start. I see -2. Okay, one by one I'm going to calculate what is the sum or what is the maximum sum I have found so far. I see -2. Okay, maybe I'll initialize my maximum as -2, the first element. So maximum is -2. Next I get a 1. Okay, I can add this 1 to the previous number and see if it becomes greater, or I can see if this number alone is greater. So 1 alone is greater, right? So my current sum, I'll create another variable for current sum. So earlier even current sum contained -2 because we started from -2. Now in current sum, I'll check, either add this current element to the previous sum and update the current sum if it is greater, or if this element alone is greater. So if I add -2 plus 1, it will be -1, or if I have 1 alone, it will be 1. So I'll update my current sum as 1. I will check if my current sum is bigger than the max that I have found. Yes, earlier max was -2, so we'll update it as 1. Now we'll move forward. I get -3. If I add -3 to 1, what will the value be? It will become -2. So -3 is smaller than -3 plus 1, -2. So my current sum will get updated to -2. Then I will get 4. Or you can do one more thing. If at any given point in time your current sum goes below 0, you can give it 0. Okay, But similarly, we are just going to keep track of each of the current sums, means the sum at that position, and the maximum max that we would have found so far. Okay, so 1 minus 3 is minus 2, we get a 4 next time. So if we add 4 to the previous current sum, which is minus 2, it will be 2, or if we take 4 alone, 4 is bigger number, so we'll update the current sum 4, we'll update the max also, because now we have found a bigger max as 4. Then we will add minus 1 to it, so it will become from 4, it will become minus 3, sorry, not minus 3, it will become 3, but 3 is not bigger than 4, 4 remains same. We get 2 next time, we add 2 to 3, that is 5, 5 is bigger than 2, so we update it as 5, and we update this one also as 5. We get 1, we check is 1 bigger than 5 or 1 bigger than 5 plus 1, that is 6, right? So 6 is bigger than the single number 1. Okay, now similarly we will move forward. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, similarly we'll move forward from next number. Now we got 1, we add it here, 6, we similarly update the max 6. Now we take minus 5, 6 minus 5, that is 1, is bigger than minus 5, so our next updated number would be, current sum would be 1, but this is not bigger than the max we had found so far, so it remains same. Next we get 4, we can use 4, or we can check the sum of 4 plus 1, our current sum so far, that is 5, so we update it as 5. Since 5 is still smaller than our max sum remains the same, and we return it. Okay, if it was difficult to understand this way, don't worry, once we go through the problem statement we'll understand it better. Sorry, once we start solving we'll understand it better. Okay, let's start. Okay, what do we need first? So if the array, so the base case always has only one element, that means that is the answer or not. Think about it. If the array has only one element, if the array has only one element, that can be the max sum, right? But that wouldn't be a good base case, so we'll remove for one element, we'll check for empty array, right? Because empty array, the solution would be, the answer would be 0, so we'll say check for empty array. Okay, if nums is equal to null, or nums dot length is equal to 0, that means the array is empty, we can return 0, simple. Now otherwise we'll initialize our two variables to keep track of the maximum sum and the current sum. Okay, so we'll say initialize variables to keep track of maximum sum and current sum. So we'll name them just that way. Int max sum is equal to nums of 0, so we are initializing it with the first value. Similarly, int current sum is equal to nums of 0. Okay, now simply we are going to iterate through the array, and we are going to apply the logic that we discussed earlier, and we'll reach the final solution. Okay, so we'll say iterate through the array. Okay, now number 0 is already taken, so we'll start from 1. We'll say for int I is equal to 1, I is less than nums dot length I plus plus. Okay, now first we will check what is the current sum and do we need to update our current sum variable. Okay, so decide whether to extend the current subarray or start a new one. Okay, when we extend the current subarray, that means when we are here 4 and now when I add -1 to it, okay, I am saying that I am continuing the previous subarray which had started at 4 and now going towards -1 and then 2 and then 1. Okay, this in a way considers that my current sum will consider the sum that I had calculated earlier as well, right? Let's see. So I'll say current sum, as we discussed, right? It will be math.max of either the element that we have right now, which would be nums of I, or our current sum so far, current sum plus nums of I, whichever one is bigger. Whichever one is bigger, we'll update it with this one. Then similarly we'll update the overall calculation if our current sum is bigger than our maximum sum. So update the maximum sum if the current sum is greater. Okay, so we'll say max sum is equal to math.max sum current sum, right? And in the end, once the iteration is complete, we can simply say return max sum. Okay, so first we are keeping track of current sum. So current sum starts from here, -2. It is already initialized as -2 in the beginning. We get a 1, so we check nums of I, that is 1 here, or current sum which was -2 plus 1, that is -1. So out of these two, which one is bigger? Of course 1 is bigger, so current sum becomes 1, right? Similarly max sum was -2, and max sum is bigger or current sum is bigger? Current sum is 1, max sum earlier was 0. From 0 and 1 is bigger, so max sum will become 1 as well, right? Similarly we move forward, we get -3, then we get 4, then we get -1, 2, 1, -4 and 4, and similarly we update the values of current sum and the max sum. So this is little tricky, but a very easy solution to solve this problem. Okay, there might be some other approaches as well. Let me check what else could be done, because nothing else is coming into my mind right now. But if you get a better solution or any other approach to solve this, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's run. Okay, accepted. Let's submit. Okay, so it is pretty fast, beats 99.99% of these solutions. One more thing is, in terms of time complexity, if you see, we are traversing the each element only once, traversing through each element only once. So the overall time complexity of the solution would be O of n. Okay, thank you everyone. This is all from today's video. I'll connect you in my next video. If you have anything to share or comment or regarding the video, any update or anything that I could improve with the videos, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. At the end, please like, share and subscribe.